more good news. Sometimes like when good news keeps rolling and I kind of enjoy it. I'll read the title, right? This is from WND. This is well, news services, whatever that is. Google workers blame conservative backlash for cancelled justice program. Report says company fears reaction from right-wing employees. I think recently the James Damore guy, the hero that shows that not all hero wear capes, he cancels lawsuit against Google, and people began to speculate that it's probably this because Google began to roll back their social justice programs. Now here's the thing, right? I would love to be benefited by social justice. Sometimes I have these mental breakdowns where it's just like, you know what? Maybe I should get things for free sometimes. I'm tired of being the one sacrificed. Like I said, I'm not black. I'm not a female. I'm not white either. But who gets hurt the most from social justice programs are males, white men, Asian men, okay, and Indian men, okay. All right. And the thing that bothers me a lot, right? The people who are Indian, Asian, and white who get hired on Google, how can they support these initiatives? They were hired not based on skill and color, but their ability. But yet, as soon as they get hired, they want to enforce these restrictions. It's awful, man. In my mind, look, I would much rather people be hired for talent than the skin color, because I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of deserving people, especially when it happens to you. I've been shut down before if I believe that I'm not a usual victim group, if you get my drift. I'm very mixed race. I could pass for a number of races depending on the depending on the, how do I say this, the season. Okay, that's the best way I'm gonna put it. I can pass for like 3 or 4 races. Go figure. But I totally hate this stuff, because good people, especially men, I hate when they make fun of men, call them like cellar dwellers, or what they call men who live at home and things like that, because they haven't been given anything in life. Things have been taken from them in the name of social justice. Again, why more women are free to move out of the house besides, well, college women get paid more, is because they find a sugar daddy, they find a man to support them. Men don't find that. Men don't find women to support them. Men have to support themselves. And usually it's like you kind of fail if you don't find a job, and then your parents take care of you. Thankfully, again, I've known some good guys who just, their parents died, and they were really good guys. They're smarter than me, and this one friend I saw him, like he was homeless. And I was shocked when I saw him, and I was a bit ashamed, because I wasn't in a position to help him, but I had enough where I went back the next day and I went to throw him whatever I had in my bank account, which was a few $1,000s, and I never found him again. So I understand the plight, and I hate diversity programs, because again, it denies men the ability to survive. Good men who are smart. Okay, it's not their fault they were given the genetic gifts. That's all I'm saying, right? It's not me and Ron Jeremy's fault that we were given genetic gifts, okay? Alright? Anyway, Daily Caller News Foundation. Google acknowledged nixing the internal racial justice program, Freudian slip by me, Wednesday, and some employees believe the company did fearing lawsuits. Good. The company ended sojourn in 2019, claiming the program designed to teach about, again, because I do teaching, it's all wrapped up in social justice nonsense. I attended this nonsense men's teaching. If you look it up, it's just supposed to be a program for men, but in reality, it's a program for really black men. And I was shocked at the things I heard at the conference. This has happened at the Columbia College, and basically they talked with white privilege, Asian privilege, and the only reason blacks don't succeed is because of their privilege. It's the most disgusting, dishonest thing I've heard. Right? There was this guy called David Johns, right? I don't want to throw the name out there, but yeah. And he was hired. I think he's hired at Columbia, and he also was part of the Obama administration. But it's disgusting. And the Asian people who were there stormed out, calling them racist. Damn right they were racist. And literally, all like all the blacks in the audience shook their head, agreeing that it was all about racism, why black boys don't achieve and they get thrown in jail. It has nothing to do with genetics or bad parenting or bad terrible mothers. No, it was all racism. They all shook their head and hands in unison and said yes. Awful people, absolutely awful. Anyway, Demore asked the court on May 8th to dismiss his lawsuit after entering into a written agreement with Google. Right, I assume that's why he did it, because Google decided to end that. And Demore, like, that guy's a fucking hero. If somebody needs a statue, that guy needs a statue. Again, he's honestly he seemed like a liberal to me. He seemed like a bit of a how do I say this properly, a bit cocked, right? But even cocks have good points. Anyway, the employees said that other training programs like Google DEI for managers and allyship 101 has similarly been cut, noting discussing diversity became taboo. Yes, I hate the push for diversity. Again, it hurts men the most, right? Don't think for 1 second this is so. Okay, so what usually happens to these diversity programs, right? It's similar to what happened to what's it called, minority hiring, right? It was meant for blacks, right? It was absolutely meant for blacks, but then feminism hijacked it 2-3 years later, right? Okay, think about that. It was meant for blacks, and if you want to know why blacks struggle, besides the whole parenting thing, it's because females took black men's jobs essentially. Okay, if I was a black man, I heard that stuff, I would never vote for the Democratic Party again. I would never vote for them. But we all have different logic points apparently, Anyway, let's continue, right? Okay, somebody denied that, yeah, blah blah. Okay, in 2018, the more stuff higher up stopped saying the word diversity and were instead saying DNI. So that do acronyms, Okay, some reports indicate that Google's anti-harassment, anti-discrimination policies include discussions about transgender issues. Google's anti-training again. Okay, this stuff here, this is communism 101, right? When you hear transgender issues, it's pushed by the communists, right, to confuse future generations, and it takes about 15-20 years to undo that indoctrination if you even start today. Okay. And keep in mind, they've been wrapped up in the American education system probably since the late 60s, early 70s, right? So it's scary when you think about that stuff, how bad it is. We had about like 4, 5, 30 years is one. Usually 30 years is a generation. I think it's a little bit more. Hypothetically, it's been about 1-2 generations, maybe even more than that, who's been wrapped up with this social justice nonsense, okay? This communist nonsense. Anyway, let's see anything else is of interest. Neither Google or Demore attorney have responded. Alright, that's okay. Alright, so that's the end of this. It's a very short story, but it's good positive news. You like seeing stuff like this, okay? And again, I've noticed since the beginning of, was it 20? All my years are confused because I got wrapped up with the pandemic and stuff. But I think at the beginning of maybe 2019, I noticed there was a slight turn. We'll see if it continues, right? I don't want to make claims now. See if it continues. There's sometimes there's like things in the air, like things like you notice online, your brain kind of pick up certain patterns happening. I see there's a big turn against social justice. I'm hoping I'm reading this right, okay? It's going to take probably a year or two to completely turn. I think everybody has basically turned against social justice except for the fringe minorities. But again, the fringe minorities, they're still in places of power, okay? They're placed there, okay, for this very reason, okay? These nutcases. Okay, again, liberals are naturally friends of the communists, okay? They serve the communist agenda. Communists admit this, they know this, okay? Just search online, okay? It's true, okay? Liberals are communists' best friend, okay? I'm gonna leave that there, right? I'm glad this social justice nonsense is ending as it should be. Okay, it's all like cockamamie nonsense. Okay, it should never have happened. And let's hope it's on the way to ending, okay? Alright. Share, save, subscribe, thumbs up. I hope you enjoyed. Something educational, something not educational, whatever. Just knowledge. That's what I care about. Take care. Bye.